Now we're on to part 3. Be prepared, we're going to go fast. Since additional space satellites can't be summoned out of nowhere, Musk has profitably exploited the class tragedy of the commons by quote-unquote. He enclosed a shared social good and forced everyone who relies on it into a positive and permanent market subservience. It's like they're his slaves, basically. That's what they're saying. He's saying right here. Musk's actions have made it clear why this unprecedented accumulation of power is so dangerous, because he controls global connectivity from a position of zero public accountability. His moguls with whim is the sole basis on which this essential service is distributed in emerging tech markets. Over and over, Musk has deployed this power clumsily, incoherently, and dangerously. Of course, Musk didn't become Lex Luthor of the high-speed digital age simply by virtue of his own grit and determination. The role was massaged into being by early negotiations over the reach and architecture of the World Wide Web back in the 1990s. The United States used trade negotiation pressure and persuasion to ensure that the private operations build most of the world's digital infrastructure. That meant that the US-based companies like Cisco, Qualcomm, Microsoft, and Google would end up dominating all layers of the global communications ecosystem. This has been a colossal mistake. By acting swiftly to enable mogul class to control the pipelines and practices of global digital communications, the United States rendered importantly public policy concerns such as privacy, security, and diversity by viewpoint as afterthoughts, trailing the mad rush for innovation and expansion. This left countries struggling to retrofit the public interest into a system already rigged against it. Meanwhile, illiberal regimes such as Russia and China rapidly adapted the mogul-driven model of net connectivity to the dictates of state oppression. Much like Donald Trump, Musk craves attention and revels in controversy. He's a pugilist and a bully who has no convictions other than that of his own moral rectitude. But unlike Trump, Musk possesses a storehouse of wealth that's real and spectacular. With the exception of his 4 years as president, Trump had never anything that mattered much in the world. He rarely had the ability to affect others' lives, except for his unfortunate business partners and former allies, whom he regularly stifled and betrayed, or stifled. Musk currently controls 6 companies, some like civic infrastructure firm the Boring Company, not the Boeing, and do little more than sell vaporware. Others like Neuralink and XAI are moonshot vanity projects unlikely to achieve market viability in the near term, if ever. Twitter, or X, was a publicly traded company until Musk took it into private drawing on the largesse of moral comprised investors such as the Saudi royal family. The only good thing about Musk's ransacking of the Twitter and other properties is that he has largely managed to make his investments, debts, and decisions a subject of comedy rather than a relevant factor in the world. After his first years as owner, Twitter has shed 16% of its user base and seen app downloads decline by 38%, while ad revenue has created. Since then, a baleful of and rapidly multiplying liabilities form from Musk's reign when it comes to the site's utility as an aggregator of breaking news, as the response to Hamas's attack on Israel made clear. In no time, Musk's old but unmoderated platform was overrun with disinformation, fake reports, old videos, and vituperative speech from all sides. And that's Musk doing his dance at a German Tesla factory. Stay tuned for part 4.